What's up, fellas? I'm back, and today we're gonna go over um, the three things that help me be a little bit more consistent in my trading and help me win more days, help me get my first ever payout. Um, just like the things that I had to change in my trading that helped me start winning a little bit more. Um, got them written down, so it's really just it's not like specific like okay chart things. It's mainly outside of the charts and what I did. It just helped me. Like I definitely noticed a change in my trading once I started focusing on different things. I started like actually putting in some work towards everything, and my journaling was the biggest thing I want to go over. But once I started putting more work in my journal and actually like caring about it, that's literally exactly when I got my first payout and I started doing good in trading. So first, we're gonna go collecting and analyzing data slash journaling your trades. Now, this is the first year where I've actually collected like data, done weekly reflections, collecting my RR, all my journal entries, conditions were being met. This is the first time I actually like cared and actually wanted to look into like my trades and figure out how I can become a better trader. So when you journal your trades, you need to make sure you're actually learning something from them. Like for example, when I take a loss, I'm not just journaling, oh, I took a loss, I won't take this trade again. I do the outcome slash reasoning of the trade. So I'll say, we lost this trade. I got too hungry for the money again. I was trading on my phone, which I would never do. I never do that. Doing this caused me to fail to recognize key problems in the trade I took. If I was at home, I would have been focused and able to see what I was going on, but I really just entered on my phone because I had a good draw on liquidity. Bam, problem solved for that trade. How can I avoid that loss next time? Don't trade on my phone. Don't trade during work. Trade only on my PC, only when I'm at my setup and I'm locked in, actually ready for a day. So I do that. And then I said, how can I improve? I will not trade when I'm at work or on my phone again. This caused a losing trade today, which I know I could have easily avoided if I saw all the time frames. I will be better than this, and this will not be a problem anymore. So, damn, just woke up. Um, Literally, you guys need to be collecting data on your journal. You can't just be journaling, writing shit down, never looking at the journal again. And that, what I do is, you guys, I just posted a video. I go over my losses. I decide when I want to go over all my losses. I figure out a problem with each of the loss, whether it's a condition or it's me myself, and I figure out how I can improve. All I care about is avoiding losses because I don't trade crazy high RR, so I don't really care about, okay, I took a trade every day this week. I won one. That was a 1 to 10 RR, so it makes up for everything. And like next week, no, that's not how I trade. I trade 1 to 1s, 1 to 2 maybe. So that really means I just need to be avoiding losses, and I win more than I lose. So when I'm journaling and I'm actually analyzing my data, I'm trying to figure out why I lost the trade and how I can avoid this next time. Um, I lost this trade because of how overextended price was, but also just unlucky. This could have just been an unlucky trade. You're gonna have them where it just should have played out. Well, not should have because price doesn't do what you tell it to do, but where it was a great trade, it could have played out and it just didn't. Here we go. I lost this trade and not too sure why I failed. My main reason is because price made such a big overnight move that we are just going to chop. However, we got some great draws lower and we got a great setup. I'll see what price does and make sure to journal it. So we know this is literally one of the reasons why I don't trade this shit. Did I just delete the entire one? Oh, now we're good. This is one of the reasons we know why I didn't trade the other day, because price made a giant move overnight, so I know price is going to be pretty mid coming into the day. So that's a huge thing, collecting, analyzing data slash journaling. I'll go over my losses. I go over my weekly reflection, trying to figure out, okay, I took a loss this week. How can I avoid it coming into the next week? What do I need to focus on? What do I need to do so I cannot take that loss? Because imagine you take 3 losses a month, right? That is pretty low if you ask me. Let's say 5, actually. 5 losses a month. But I don't take many trades, so I only took 7 wins. Those 7 wins, I really only won 2 times because I'm trading mostly 1-to-1 RR. So I'm really only winning 2 trades a month, if you think about it that way, which is pretty ass. So what I like to do is just try and figure out how I can continue to avoid these losses. And it ends up being, okay, I only took 1 trade this week because all my conditions were not met. Okay, I didn't take any trades this week because my conditions were not met. So it's really just figuring out why you're losing and to figure out what, like, when I first went through my journal of all my losses, I figured out a set pattern between every single loss. It was either my draw and liquidity was not there, price was chopping, or there was no valid retrace, which is my 3 conditions. And if one of them is not met, I should not be trading whatsoever because it's just unprofitable. So that is the biggest thing, is collecting and analyzing your own data, because not everyone's data is going to be the same. And it's just really the biggest thing that actually changed my trading and flipped me from being an unprofitable little chud to actually catching some winning trades. Not profitable, but definitely changed a lot in my trading journey. Helped me get my first payout literally the second I started journaling good. 2-9, 1 win, 2 win, 3 win, 4 win, 5 win, 1, 2 losses in my whole payout. 5 wins, 2 losses, 3 wins for the month. That's nothing crazy, but that was a pretty slow month. But and that was when I was chopping, or when price was chopping. So make sure you guys are collecting your own data and analyzing it, or else you literally won't make it anywhere until you actually turn into a profitable trader. And yeah, next up we got slowing down and zooming out in real life. So I always tell people, you need to zoom out. You need to see what the high time frame is doing. If the high time frame is chopping, why are you trading? You guys need to zoom out on real life, right? You guys cannot be expecting, okay, this one trade, this one funded account is going to actually change my entire life. No, it's not. No, like I thought that way for so long. I still think that way sometimes. It's just part of being a trader. I think, okay, damn, if I get this one payout on this account, I'm gonna be profitable. Like, no, you're not. It doesn't make sense. That's not how it works. So you really need to zoom out and look at when I traded this one funded account that got me a payout. I was looking for the summer. I was literally saying, okay, imagine I could take like 2 payouts on this account by summer. That's pretty hype, right? That's a decent amount of money I made in, what was it, like 4 or 5 months? That'd be pretty sweet. Most I would ever make from trading. And it just helps you picture, like, you don't need a trade every single day. You really don't. Helps you picture you don't need take a trade every day because, okay, you have 6 months ahead of you. Don't expect yourself to be profitable in 2 weeks. That's not how it works. Even if you're, say you have your 10K month, let's say you got your first 10K month, and you start boasting around that you're profitable and everything. You're not, first off. You probably need 5 to 6 months of consistent payouts in order to be profitable. Even more, I'd say like a year is like perfect. But let's say you got your first 10K month, spend some shit. Then next month you got taxes, you blow everything else, you make no sort of money. It's just stupid. So you really just need to zoom out like on actual life. Zoom out on the high time frame in life. See where you want to be within the next 6 months, not the next 2 weeks, and not this funded account's going to change your life. No, focus on taking good trades, actually bring your win rate up, and figuring out why you're losing. Because those are the 3 things that can actually take you to those 10K months and actually take you to being a profitable trader. But if you just sit here and think, oh, damn, dude, this one trade, I need to win this one trade, and that's going to make me profitable. No, it's not. You think you just want to win that one trade, but it's really because you think it's going to change your life. Trust me, I know. I've been there, still am there. Like, I think yesterday I took an L. I didn't even post that shit because I was embarrassed but on my TikTok. But yesterday I took an L, and I was literally just chasing price. That's all I can say. I was literally just chasing price. Thought it was going to change my trading if I took this one setup and it hit. And it's just stupid. It did not hit. So just need to slow down, realize that you have a lot of time in life, really early in trading. fucking a year and a half is nothing if you're still losing and unprofitable. It's literally nothing. I know people who have been trading for 5 years and are still trying to trade and figure it out, and they have not made a single dime yet. And like, it sucks, because it's definitely doable faster. Just need the right people around you, and you need to have the right sort of mentor and everything. But no, a year and a half, 2 years is nothing in trading, bro. I promise you. If you're 2 years into trading, think, okay, by year three, I want to have $5,000 to $10,000 in payouts. You need to stop thinking, oh, damn, next week I'm going to be rich as hell and I'm going to move. Like, no, you're not. Just chill, try and focus on actually being consistent, actually building a system that is profitable and that works for you, and actually focus on, reviewing your losses and getting that system better. Next thing we got is sizing heavier / meeting my conditions. Right, so this was the 1 month too. I'm even slacking on it right now that I was actually looking for all my conditions to be met. I know I got a little ego right now. Got a little too much ego going on, and I think I'm just better. To be honest, I think I'm just better, and it's not a good way to think because it's not going to turn me profitable. It's not going to help me out in the long run or anything. So definitely need to drop that ego, but you need to be sure that you're sizing heavy. I'm not saying like fucking full pour that account every time, but $200, $300 wins are not going to add up to nothing at the month. Like you said, or I said, I lost 2 times and won 3. So let's say I was sizing like 500, 750. So that's like I took an $800 payoff. So yeah, perfect. 1,600 with those 3 wins. That is pretty ass if you ask me. You took 3 wins and you made 1,600 the entire month, and you can only withdraw half of that. So that is pretty ass for me if you ask me. Not the best. You need to be sizing heavy. Imagine I sized $1,000 in all there. There's $3,000. There's a $1,500 payout. That's pretty good right there. So it's also going to help you, like when you're sizing heavy, you're not going to take as much shitty trades. You're going to be like, damn, I really don't want to lose half my account for this bullshit trade I would take. Say, okay, this is an awesome trade. I would much rather risk $1,000 on this trade because I think it has a high probability of playing out. So sizing heavy, make sure you get your data on it. Don't just be full pouring the accounts, guys. It's gonna be fucking stupid. But sizing heavy will definitely help you out if you're trading a model like me, which is like 1-to-1, 1-to-2. If you're trading a high risk to reward model, then there's no point in sizing heavy. You could make that. You can make 2 weeks profit in one trade, so there's no point in really doing that. But meeting my conditions too is a big thing. I was telling you I journaled everything. I actually collected data, and that was the 1 month I got my payout, which is because I was actually giving a fuck about my meeting my conditions. And I would go into every day with pre-market analysis. I'd say, okay, if we don't do this, then I'm not taking a trade. If we do this, I need a pullback, and then I'll take a trade. If we do this and then do this, I'm not taking a trade. It kind of just helped me go into the day with knowing what I needed to see. So meeting my conditions was definitely one of the biggest things, but in my opinion, it's collecting your own data and journaling. I was journaling complete bullshit. Dude, like when I look at it, it looks so ass. I really don't know how I got a payout. I guess it was the start, so it was like right here-ish. Had some good, and then right here, I think I got rid of it. But yeah, biggest thing, make sure you're collecting and analyzing your own data. That's the only thing that can help you actually avoid some more losses. And then we have slowing down and zooming out in real life is probably the main thing that helped me get my payout. Slowing down and zooming out in real life. Yeah. So I don't got much to talk for you guys now. Ain't nothing. Who is at my crib? But yeah. Slowing down and zooming out in real life, go to the high time frame in real life. 6 months from now, where do you want to be? It's not going to be the same as 2 weeks from now because you're going to think you're fucking more profitable and shit, but you're not. You think one funded account is going to change your life. It is not. Chill the fuck out. But that's all I've got to say for today. Catch y'all in the next video. Peace out.